Good day, my name is Ari Ortiz and I will discuss to you the emergency procedures in collision and grounding and the procedure on man overboard and the passenger crowd control. First, I will discuss to you the procedure in collision. If we have a collision, we need to sound the emergency alarm and then sound the alarm and use light signal and then maneuver the ship to minimize the damage in collision, and we need to close the watertight doors if there is a breach so the whole ship will not be flooded. And then we need to switch the light on the deck and keep the frequency of the VHF in channel 16 because channel 16 is the distress frequency. So if there is other vessel, they can listen to us. And then when we are in collision, we need to consider and analyze the situation. And then if there is any possible time that we can also take a picture for an evidence, so when there is a case, so you can sue the other vessel if it is their fault. And we need to establish contact in other vessel to know that we are in collision, that we are in danger, so they can also help us. And we need to hold other vessel responsible for the collision. Like I said earlier, we need to take evidence, videos, pictures. So when in the court, if they are fault, the other vessel is fault, so they can be sued and jailed. And we need to collect all facts in the event. We need to document it. And when in collision, we need to log it in the logbook. And then we need the logbook and do not erase any information in there or any work hour. And then ensure the movement of the logbook, make it safe so it doesn't get wet, so the writings in there will not get destroyed. And we need to collect the printout of the telegraph recorder so we have an evidence. And then take particularly note on the collision, heading, the position, and the time. We need to collect that to know what time is the collision, what place, and what is our heading. And in case of abandoning the ship, we need to use the EPIRB or other radio or any communication to tell others that we are in danger. And then we need to evaluate the pollution that we may have, like oil spill. And we need to check our stability, and by checking that, we need to know the ballast, and we need to sounding it to know if there is any water that going into our tanks. And then we need to inform the company. By informing the company, they will know that we are in danger and they can send us help. And we need to notify other vessel that in our vicinity or that we can see in our area, so they can help us. And then we need to evaluate the ship if we need to abandon ship. Emergency procedure in grounding. We need to stop the engine, and then we need to sound the general alarm. Just like the collision, there is some sort of similar way in the procedure, and we need to watertight the doors, so if there is any breach, the ship will stay afloat. And then we need to use the channel 16 in the VHF because it is the emergency or distress frequency. And then we need to broadcast our situation to other vessels so they can know, and maybe they can help us if they are near at us. And then we need to switch on the deck light, so if it's dark they can see us. And then we need to check the position, our position in the chart, to take note on our position, our heading, and the time of the grounding. And we need to take note the valuable information about the grounding, so we know what happened, how does it happen. And then we need to sound the bilges to know how much water in there, if there is any leak or any breach. And then we need to immediately take overboard the sounding, like I said. And then we need to evaluate also the risk of pollution, like oil spill, oil pollution, or maybe our cargo is spilled on the seawater. And then we need to update our position and to other vessel, so they know where they will gonna go when they are going to help us. And we need to consider further action with consideration whether we can salvage the ship. And then we need, if we are in the risk of sinking, we need to sound the EPIRB. The EPIRB will notify everyone that we are in danger. And then we need to secure our position so they will know. And then we need to inform the company that we are in danger, that we have a grounding situation. And then we need enter every action taken in the logbook. Everything that we do will be in the logbook. We need to input there everything action that we did. And overboard sounding, we need to sound the bilges, the tanks, if there is any breach. And if your vessel is 200 meters in length, you need 20 sounding, like, and 10 sounding in the port side and the starboard side. And now, man overboard. This is the procedure in the man overboard. Number 1 is shout man overboard. Shout man overboard until someone hears you, so they can notify everyone that we have man overboard. And then second is throw life ring or any life-saving device to the man overboard, so they don't be in fatigue, so they can be saved. And in life ring there is a smoke automatically ignite when throw in water, so we can know their position and it can be marked them. And now we have the third is that press the MOB button. The MOB button is in the ECDIS. By doing that, we can remember the position where the crew have fell or man overboard. And then the sound on the whistle, we need to use the alarm. We need to alarm with 3 prolonged blasts to let everyone that we have man overboard, so they are alerted. Number 5 is post extra lookout. We need to post extra lookout so we can see the position of the man overboard, so it cannot be out on our sight. And then sound the general alarm. By sounding the general alarm, everyone on board will notify, just like the triple blast. 7 is announce the MOB on the ship PA system. We need to sound the man overboard on our PA system. The PA system is like in the mall, like if there is those people, there is many speakers, so they can tell everyone that you have man overboard. And then inform the engine room that you have man overboard to let them be ready for the maneuvering. And then execute the Williamson turn. The Williamson turn is the most commonly used turn in the man overboard. Number 10 is the monitor the radar and ARPA and put the radio in the VHF. By monitoring the radar and ARPA, we know the position of the MOB or man overboard, and we need to use the VHF frequency in channel 16 because it is the stress frequency. The VHF, it is in the regulation. 11 is record all the events in the bell book. Everything that the engine is involved, the bell book, they record every command on the bell book that involves the engine room. Send out emergency signals to other vessels to alert them to know that you have man overboard, so they will not go in your area that you have the man overboard. And then launch the rescue boat. So we need to launch the rescue boat to get the man overboard, so keep them safe to rescue them. Number 14 is urgency signal must be sent to cancel out our previous urgency signal, so other vessel will notify that our man overboard is now okay, that we rescue them and they can be safely maneuvered to the area that we have. And 15 is apply first aid. Apply first aid if there is any injuries in the man overboard. And also apply towel, so because to warm them up. And then 16 is the record the incident. We need to record the incident on the logbook, so the company will know every action that we have taken also in the logbook. And then in the procedure for the protection, the safety of the passenger, first is that don't let them panic, keep them calm, so there will be no stampede will be happening, so we can keep them safe. And also in the passenger ship we have an emergency drill. It's a random emergency drill, not all of the passenger. Also it's only random. And also we need to guide them in the master station. So we need to guide them and ask them calmly so they will be not in panic. And that, thank you.